We are live.
Welcome, everybody, to the Lavish Show, Let's Be Real podcast. I'm here with my host, Dr. Joshua Carson. How are you this evening?
Wonderful as always.
I know that's right. We had such a good time last week talking about relationships, dating after 40, things like that. So, we really got a hot topic this time, don't we?
Yeah, we do have a hot topic. But last topic, I just want to drop some numbers. We had over 7,000 views on Telegram. We also had over 2,000 hits through Facebook.
Awesome.
The good thing about it is that we are going to be going global soon.
Okay.
I just can't wait. I'm excited. The connection, the brand names have been reaching out to us. So hopefully next time we're on this podcast, we can say, hey, guys, we're sponsored by. And then we can take it from there.
Right.
So hopefully we're going to speak on that existence and make it happen. So I'm
That's
honored to be
right.
here. I'm honored to be here. I'm just honored to be your co-host.
God is good. Just
all
manifesting things all the time.
All the time.
I love it. So tonight's topic, audience, call your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you want to call up so they can tune in. We're going to talk about struggle love. Now, this is something that my co-host, Dr. Joshua, had brought up last podcast. I was like, ooh, that's a good topic. Struggle love, because a lot of us are caught in struggle love.
Yeah.
So give me your definition of struggle love.
Well, the struggle love to me is, my definition is putting yourself in a situation financially. And it's nothing disrespectful to anybody. I think a lot of times people get caught up in a situation where they want love, but they don't look at the overall picture of everything.
Okay.
Right? For example, if I am a single male with 2 kids, right? And I am going to date this beautiful woman, this black queen, and she has 2 beautiful children as well, right? And we honestly may both really love each other. But the problem that comes into play is, if you are a man who comes from a Christian background, is that the best way to say, I'm on your podcast?
Okay.
All right? Is that from a Christian background, right? If it was mine, I'll say something else. But we already know. But if it's a Christian background, you are taught to be the provider.
That's right.
And the thing that happens is that if you are the provider, you are really trying to take care of your household, right?
Right.
And you're trying to take care of the household that you're with now.
Right.
Then what will happen is that will cause a bit of misery.
Okay.
Because financially you're broke.
Okay. Okay, so that would cause a relationship to struggle because you're trying to take care of 2 households and put it together. Like,
you're trying to take care of 2 households, and the problem is that you met this beautiful lady. The jealousy starts happening because the previous queen that had your children, she sees that you're doing more for this new queen.
Whoa.
Because you're trying to take care of her family as a man as well. And that's where the resentment starts. But the problem that people do, right, the problem that people don't understand is it's a bigger picture, right? When you are dating somebody with children, you really have to sit down and write out a game plan.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't do that. They think that, I'm in love with them. No, it's bigger than you and me. We have spirits involved, right? Your children has a spirit, right? There's discernment there, right? A lot of women will date somebody who is not the right fit for your children.
Then why do those women, you think, choose those type of fellas? Is it because they think they have money? You know what I mean? Or what is it? We was talking a little bit about this before. Like, we'll choose the exact opposite, for what we need.
Well, is it the opposite or is it the history?
Is it the hit?
Is it the opposite or is it the history?
History.
You know what I'm saying? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people just like that history. It's like having a preference. Some brothers love beautiful dark queens. Some brothers like beautiful red bones, right? It's a preference. So your preference might have been this particular lifestyle. But the reality is, what are you doing to have a peaceful lifestyle when you're dating with kids?
That's right.
And then what happens is that man comes into the home. financially, he is strapped. You're frustrated because you're the new boo. He ain't doing nothing for me. He can't do this for me. The other queen upset why he ain't doing nothing for the kids. He's financially strapped.
Wow.
It's bigger than that, especially a lot of women will blame that dude. That dude probably actually might be trying to do the right thing, but he's financially strapped. So he ends up being miserable. And so what I tell brothers is this. Before you actually engage, what is your financial situation first?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to go in a situation where you are in a struggle love.
That's right.
And I say that because I have several friends who I love, okay? And sometimes I feel like they put themselves in a situation where they don't need to be in.
Right.
Because of a struggle love. Gosh. And a lot of times, let's just be honest, a lot of beautiful Black queens these days are making great money.
Yeah.
That too, that's a whole different demographic. But then you have some Black queens who really do need that help. And they are expecting a brother to come take and be the financial provider in their home.
Be the Boaz.
Be the Boaz. But I don't know about that Boaz. In this day and age, and that's why I have to tell people all the time, women and guys need to understand this too. And I'm being very honest when I say this. Very, very candid. Very candid when I say this. And preachers out there, I know I'm on a holy podcast, okay? I want to make sure it's very clear. I respect my colleague here, Dr. Shira. Yeah, I respect her. But I am a realistic person. And there's two different worlds that a lot of people do not understand. There is a godly world, which is the world that we're not of this world.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says that.
Mm-hmm.
We are not of this world, right? Then you have a Western society world.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally different.
Values, principles.
Well, I don't even know if it's values and principles.
Mm-hmm.
It's realities, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think about it. If you are in a godly world, what's the first thing the Bible says when it talks about relationship? You should lead your household like Christ leads the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure that if you're going to be the leader, you have Christ, you have God. We have Christ, you have the husband, and you have the wife.
Right.
Right? That's the biblical way of doing things. Am I lying?
No, you did it right.
I want to make sure you heard me. I want to make sure y'all prophet, y'all pastor, y'all hear me. Okay, I want to make sure. Right.
And then the wife,
right.
The husband.
Right.
God,
I mean, you got the Christian following. I'm the secular one. I'm just here, right? So I'm just saying, but the problem is, people don't want to have a godly relationship, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If I tell brothers all the time, if you meet a godly woman, she ain't gonna do no harm with you. Mm-hmm. She ain't gonna do no harm to you. If something doesn't work out with a godly woman, this is what to pray for. You praying, you have kids, you need to pray for a godly woman. Mm-hmm. Because she's not gonna harm you at all.
Right.
That's real. If you pray for a godly man, he's not gonna harm you at all. If you pray for a godly man. Remember, church, husband, wife. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not talking about like, submissive. Now, people get submissive confused. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that, because I don't want to get that. That's a whole can of worms there. Ooh. People get that. I'm just talking about either way. If I'm the head, my boo has to be the neck. Uh-huh. So wherever I turn,
she's turning with you.
She's turning with me, right? That's the godly way to think about things.
That's right.
But we live in a Western world. And that's where the realities have to sit in for some people. Is it really beneficial for some people to get married now in a Western world? It's not. Because what happens when you get divorced and you've been married to somebody over 10 years? You're either going to pay alimony, that brother's going to pay alimony, he's going to pay child support to the responsibilities that he has. At that point, he's financially strapped. At that point, sometimes he may not be able to recover from the situation that he has. But that brother claims he wants to find love.
And he needs love.
Right? But honestly, that man will work at the shipyard for 30 years and have nothing to show for. I saw it. I worked at Will Sparkle. I know. Okay. 30 years. 2 wives and have nothing to show for.
That's true.
Because he has to take care of his own. So is it financially, in Western society, is it financially suitable for him to get married? The chances are it's not. In a Western society, it's not.
That brother might need to be single for a moment.
He might need to be single for a while.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
That is true. To get his
we're not talking about the godly way.
Yeah.
We're talking about a Western society of thinking, right? You feel me? Mm-hmm. So when you move that way, that brother is honestly in the short end of the stick. Mm-hmm. It's the reality, churchgoers. Yeah. It's the reality, folks. Yeah. It is what it is. Because sometimes at that point in life, right, you don't understand that brother has a mental capacity, but he wants love. And sometimes, I'm not bashing anybody. You know this. I'm just saying that the reality is that we have to think about what we're doing when we're marrying people with children. And then you wonder why you're not where you want to be. Because you have to understand before you engage, you have to make sure that you are level-headed first before you even entertain anybody. Level-headed first. You know, people don't want to get stuck. People understand when you go through dramas, you have to get help. You do. There's a lot of things that come in factor when, I know you talk about Boaz a lot. Mm. You believe in Boaz. I'm just giving the biblical. A lot of people say it. They say, I'm waiting on my Boaz, but they want their Boaz to be a certain type of way, a particular way of dressing or personality. So that's why I say that, God can send you things that's quite not like what you want, but it'll be the person that God has for you. And a lot of us will be like, oh no, he didn't come this way that I expect him to come. But yeah, God might have wanted you to marry the carpenter or the plumber or somebody, that's not on your checklist. You know what I mean? But he's a good provider. He's got a good heart. He's a churchgoer, things like that. So that's he's a good heart. He's a churchgoer and he's broke. Well, I'm not saying broke. I'm not saying broke. Who house he saying that? Your house, because you don't got a house because you can't afford his house. I'm not saying broke. He might have money. Have money. Oh, yeah. You might have Dumbo asses that might have money. He might have money now. But okay, so when you get on there, let's just be honest now. Let's just be real. He might got his stuff in order. He probably got. He might have his stuff in order. He probably got insurance. A lot of our brothers don't have insurance money. They sure don't. Burial insurance money. They don't think like that. Nor the women. But let's just think of reality stuff. Reality. But yeah, reality. Realities. Right? We will struggle. We will stay in something so long before we get the red flag. It's time to let it go. We'll struggle with that brother. We'll struggle with the kids. We'll struggle with that sister. Struggle with the kids, and we won't let it go. When is it time to let it go? Like, what is the sign to let a relationship go? Because at this point, if you have kids, it's teamwork. I feel like a lot of times brothers will get in a situation they don't need to be in. Mm-hmm. You have to make sure, are you able to financially provide the best lifestyle for your previous children? Right, previous children first too. Before you can engage with a new person with children. Why do we think that that's going to help it? Like jumping into another relationship and knowing that we have this baggage in the past that, and I don't want to call their kids back, you had a relationship in the past, your kids are still under the age of 12, and you get in this new relationship, and then you're like, I got another family, I got these kids, but we think it's going to work with the new person. I wonder why do we think that, like it's going to work when it ain't going nowhere, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like those children, they're with you for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. And it's kind of, one of the things, I've been on several dates. Mm-hmm. I've been on a lot of dates. A lot of swiping. A lot of swiper. Yeah. I've been an avid member of the apps, premium members too, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna even cap. I'd be lying to you if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'd be lying to you. But I would say, my journey through dating is that, when I see beautiful women with children, mm-hmm. Like the first thing they already assume is, oh, if you date me, you dating all of us. Whoa. God. You're doing too much. I don't know all of you. I'm just trying to get to know you. Okay. And are you a great mother? Am I going to see the qualities that I'm going to bring around my daughter around you? Mm-hmm. Are you presenting a certain type of womanlyhood that will make sure that hey, even though my daughter's mom is classy, are you going to be able to fulfill the role if something ever happened to you?
That's right.
All right. And you have to look at things like, can you be that figure? When I look at things, I'm not dating your kids. I don't know why women say that. Oh, you dating all of them. No, stop saying that. Stop.
You dating all of them.
No, I'm dating you. I have to get to know you.
Ladies, now you hear from a male perspective. He's dating you.
I'm dating you. I'm not dating your kids.
You and all the kids.
I'm dating you. Because I already know I'm a Boaz. Okay? I'm a Boaz. Okay? So if I'm going to look for my Ruth, as you would say, I'm going to make sure I analyze every quality about her.
As he did.
Before I even bring you within my kingdom around my children anyway.
All right.
So we're not a total package, boo, when you date me.
So you look for qualities in a woman.
Yeah, but before I date you, you're not meeting my package. Mm-hmm. And my baby girl is a part of me, right? Correct? But you're not gonna meet, you're not gonna have access to my kingdom until I get to know you. So when women say you're dating all of us, no, baby, I'm dating you.
You.
Mm-hmm. I don't have access to your queendom yet.
All right.
Right? You know I'm preaching. I'm preaching right now, ladies. You gotta stop saying that.
So let me talk about this for a moment, okay?
Talk about it.
We stay in these struggle love relationships, and we say we're gonna make him love me. Man, I wrote a song called "Make You Love Me."
You wrote something?
Yes, I did. My first album. Married,
how'd that go?
I was married, and I thought I could make him love me. We were married though, so evidently I didn't feel like he loved me if I wrote the song "Make You Love Me." You know what I'm saying? So I know. Look, wrote the song, stayed in struggle love for a long time until he really learned how to love me. You know, but divorce anyway. But I'm saying, for the sisters and the brothers that's out there that's saying, I'm going to make him love me. I'm going to make him fall in love with me. I'm going to make her love me. Make her fall in love with me. Why do we do that? Why?
You know, that's a great question. That's a great question. I really do. I'm going to answer that. Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
I just feel that a lot of times, I've learned through my journey because I was a hoe. I was an avid hoe in my marriage. My ex-wife already had the divorce papers ready within 3 years after our birth. Because I was that bad, okay? But at the same time, those habits, okay? She was trying to make me love her at first, and she wasn't. I was trying. You know, a woman will try to do things to keep you a little bit before they actually quit.
Right.
Once they quit, R. Kelly was always right. When a woman's fed up, no matter how you try, is it? There ain't nothing you can do about it. And so at that point, I think when it comes to that part, women have to understand you cannot force nobody to love you. If that man is always doing those same habits over and over again, guess what? I call that slowism. That's what I call that.
Slowism.
I call it slowism.
Okay, so the man or the female keep doing the same habits over and over, and you seeing it, you watching it, you're experiencing it, you living with it, and you can't get out of it. It's called slowism.
It's called slowism. And a lot of people don't want to admit that. You slow.
You need to wake up.
It's the mental. So it's just the mental things going on.
It is a mental thing, I believe. You know, when you in a relationship, and your relationship could be abusive. While some women or men are trapped, they say women abuse men now, but you know, 9 out of 10, most domestic violence is from the male figure. So I'm just saying, you may be in a bad relationship, domestic violence, and you can't get out of the struggle of. I know that's a whole different subject too, but you can't get out the struggle of because you have fear. You have fear of leaving. You have fear of your children not having, you know, from that other partner. And he was the one providing and things like that. What would be your advice, Dr. Carson, to somebody that's in that type of relationship, like domestic violence, and they have this fear of leaving and they're struggling to leave? But like you said, when a woman's fed up, you know, but I'm saying, if that man was that provider, but he's very abusive.
You got to get out of that.
You got to get out of it.
Sometimes it's just not healthy. It's not healthy. I'm just, my through my journey, it's not healthy. It's best to let things be and separate. A lot of times, again, a lot of women will go through one struggle with one person in their original marriage, and they'll meet another guy and they go through another struggle again because they're really they're not looking at the overall qualities. You know how sometimes you will actually meet a good person. A woman will say, "Oh, that's a good man. Why you ain't married him?"
You're right.
You know he's gonna do things that you're gonna do. You already know that man. If the kids get off the school bus, you already know he's gonna prepare a meal for the kids.
Yeah.
If you already know all y'all together, he's gonna make sure everybody eats. If you already know he's gonna do the right things to make sure you're happy, why did you not marry him though? You went ahead and chose Lucifer when you should have been already being with somebody you already need to be.
Did you hear that? You went ahead and chose Lucifer.
You went ahead and chose Lucifer.
Yeah, and that's so true. You be sleeping with the enemy.
Yeah, you went and chose Lucifer.
Sleeping with the devil.
You know, in my journey too, I wasn't perfect. I was definitely not perfect. I had struggled loving my marriage. But you know what? I was not the leader in my household as I should have been. Right? Even now when I'm dating now, I have to make sure, okay, before I even get involved, hey, these are my responsibilities. I tell brothers this all the time. Brothers will spit game and they're not honest from the jump because they want to tap something. Brothers, you got to stop doing that. Some brothers who are actually educated, some brothers who actually have a little sense, some brothers who actually have some morals, they know what they're doing. But the reality is this. You have to be honest with a woman with kids. Tell her, this is what I can do.
I like
that. These are the limitations that I can provide. This is what I can do, and these are my limitations.
And stop doing, you giving that, what do you call it, meeting the representative
Meeting the representative.
Instead of being yourself.
I tell them straight up, listen, I'm not trying to be a father to your children. Now, I will be supportive, but I'm not going to be the father of your kids. Your kids already have a father. I'm going to be supportive. It's not my job.
I like that word.
It's not my job to be the father of your children, especially if they have an active father already in their life. It's not my role.
That part.
Kirsten already has a mother. It's not your role. So at this point, I'm looking for somebody to be supportive.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? So so I already know. Like this lady asked me a question one time. She said, "Well, what about basketball?" She got mad. And I tell you this, brothers, and I mean this. If you are so upfront with women and you tell them what you're not going to do, she's going to do two things. She's going to hang up that phone and she's going to walk away. She might block you. It might be harsh. But you know what? You block that spirit from being disrupted in your life.
Yes.
Because you told her straight up, this is not what I'm going to do. And she has and that lady has either two options. Either she's going to accept it or move on.
And I think this is a conversation that our young men need to hear as well.
They do.
You know, because we're talking about, 40 and up and things like that. But our young teenagers and 21-year-olds that jump in these relationships too fast, don't have a map, don't have a plan, don't have things figured out, a budget, and then she gets pregnant or, they want to get married, and then later down the line, they're struggling, they're crying, they're going to move back to their parents, things like that. But I just think that more men figure as yourself need to mentor these young men.
Yeah, you need to tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
You need to tell the truth. What are
to that generation?
Yeah, to that generation. You got to be open and honest with yourself and say, what can I provide? Because honestly, Blue, if you're looking for a check, I may not be the right one.
That's right.
If you're looking for a partnership, if you're looking for somebody that's going to be supportive, if you're looking for somebody that's going to love on you and bring love in the family, and then we work together as one, okay, I might be the right fit for you. But it's not my job to be a financial provider to kids that's not even mine.
It's not even yours.
And it's not your job to be a provider to help me with my daughter because it's not even yours.
Now, we're not saying that, you get in a relationship and a woman has kids or a man have kids not to help. That's where we're talking about being supportive, because when you're supportive, you're going to support them anyway. If y'all go out to the movies or something, you may pay the ticket, all the dinner, all that. But we're just saying be wise. Be wise before entering into these relationships. Be very wise financially before, we don't never ask Do you have burial insurance? Do you have 401ks? Do you
Then
have
you gotta ask these questions.
we
You
don't
know what?
ask
Ask that.
investment questions. Nothing.
You know,
we don't ask nothing.
Can I share something?
Uh-huh.
You know, I work at. I'm an executive at an educational firm, and I'm the only black male in my staff with other executives, and I think it's a cultural thing too. And one thing I've learned through my journey, just watching, learning, you know, these brothers make 160, 220 a year, and their wives are at home. Now it's a cultural thing, Caucasian. Now I'm the only black brother, right? But I'm just noticing what I see, right? And their wives are at home while they're making 160, 220 a year.
6 figures.
6 figures now. But let's think about this now. I'm gonna kind of navigate through this, right? Some of them are remarried, some of them are married, but they have a system. And that woman that's in that system is the nucleus. And when I heard my colleague, I'm not going to mention his name, I'm just sharing his knowledge. He said, you know, for us to be successful, he said, my wife is a blessing because she's the house manager of the house. She's making sure that everything is taken care of in the house while I go out there and make sure I make as much money as I can. And but our culture, it's a 50-50 thing. It's the 180 thing.
Okay.
But I'm seeing all these beautiful white Caucasian families.
Right.
Whose wives are at home making this amount of money, but they have a system in place to help make sure they're successful. That man will be at that office from 8 to 8. It's like I am. I'm single now, but he be at that office from 8 to 8 to make sure that he's providing a lifestyle for his family, but he also understands that his wife is a partner in making sure that the family is taken care of.
So that's a good point to make. Partnership, friendship, and love, really, you know, in that type of relationship.
But
I'm just saying.
But why our culture doesn't have that though?
And then I was going to ask you, do you think it's because of the slavery mentality, and then, you know, crabs in a bucket, you know, and being, you know, what's the word? Being marginalized, being put in places where you cannot grow, redlining neighborhoods and things like that. Do you think all of that plays a factor in why we don't get the investments, or why African Americans don't get 401ks? A lot of them don't have burial insurance. A lot of their relationships, divorce ends up because of money.
We have the highest divorce problem right
now.
Yeah.
African Americans.
Because you know why? We don't want to work together anyway. We fight amongst ourselves.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is it's because of that mentality. Like, you know, when you have a slavery mentality, it's hard to grow and expand your mind. You're going to do things the way your grandmother did it, or you're going to do things the way this person is doing it and it worked for them, but you're not going to expand your mind to do greater. It's like you fearful of moving forward or something.
Well, I mean, I can see where you're going with that. I can definitely see where you're going with that. I can see that. You know, I personally, and people who know me know I'm a Republican. I don't believe none of that shit. I mean, dead ass serious. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I just personally feel like, you know, there's levels to this, right? And yes, you can always go back to our slave history. That's always going to be that's going to be ingrained. They ain't going nowhere. Okay, they ain't going nowhere. That's always we're always gonna be separated.
Well, the family was separated.
The family was separated.
Yeah, you know, they took the males out of the family. They separated the family. So it's like a generational curse.
Yeah, that's gonna be there.
So are you gonna break the curse, or are you gonna live the way that grandma used to live?
But grandma also had 8 kids. They
15. What you thought?
And they still work together too. Though her husband and still work together. So I seen a lot of old parents with grandmas work together. I think this generation. I think when you think about it, I think sometimes people feel so entitled. I think a lot of times when I hear brothers talk, they feel entitled. When I hear ladies talk, they feel entitled. But the reality is, let's think about what we can do together. if I don't want to have struggle
outside of the
and when I see other couples that see the system, they're not struggling like we're not struggling. Mm-hmm. We don't have to struggle, but we gotta have a game plan. Even my Caucasian friends who have been remarried, they have a game plan. They talk it out. They're not expecting. They're not expecting each other. One person's doing this, the other. They actually just work together.
So this needs to be a conversation even before when you date. Like when you're on a date, this needs to be in your conversation.
We're grown now.
We're grown. What's the game plan? What do you see yourself in
5 years, 4 or 5 years?
4 or 5 years. What is the game? You want children. If you do, what how are you gonna finance them? You need to start asking this question. I'm talking specifically to the audience. You need to start asking these questions on your date. As we said, find out about the family of the other person.
You
have to find out about the family. You might have some crooked people in that family, and that person might tell you, I'm not like them. I'm different.
And sometimes when we're there, and there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of brothers come from single parent homes.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I want to make that very clear. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want anything misconstrued.
Right.
It's just the naturality of things. When you have a father in the home, it's just proven. That's statistically proven. If you have a father in the home, things move differently.
Right.
Right. There's more accountability on the man's side. When you have a father in the home, when you have a male figure in the home, when you have somebody that's there, right? So it's like, for example, I remember when I had a nice single lady that lived across from me, mm-hmm. right? She had 2 boys, right? Her boys just kept disrespecting her because there was no father figure in the home,
wow.
right? But once I had enough of it, I put them in check. That situation never happened again. They would see their mama carry water all the way up there, 2 cases of water, all the way up to the apartment. Well, I had to sit there and say, what's your mama carrying that water for? Get up there and take that water for your mom. Oh, they jump up and get that water. Because they don't have no male figure there to tell them, hey, this is what you're supposed to do for your mama. Yep. Why your mama's changing this tire? You 16, 17 years old. Why you no. Hey, Miss Sister says you go up there. I'm gonna teach these boys how to change this tire. Right. So you got to step up and do this. And a lot of women, they get attracted to that. A lot of women, when they see that, I'm like, oh, that's my boy. That's my boy. Oh, God.
And you just helping.
I'm just helping.
You do what you're supposed to do.
That's my boy. Oh, God.
And then they jump on the first thing.
Oh, God.
That's true.
Oh, God. That's my boy. Boy just walks in the room. Oh, God.
I'm going to get Carson.
Oh, God. That's my boy.
They do that. They jump like, he must be from God. God said the it ain't even that. Ain't even that. And so many sisters and brothers fall victim to that too. So.
They fall victim. Because
you, okay, this is a good one right here. Okay. I was just telling him before the podcast, some people call love when it's not, it can be infatuation. Mm-hmm. We can see a fine brother, or he might see a fine, good-looking sister, and he's like, I'm going to date her. I'm going to date him. And, you start admiring this person. You start watching this person. You find all the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram posts, and you just start following them. And you get a sense of infatuation with them. And then you think you're in love with this person. So when you finally get the chance to go out, you have more admiration for this person than this person has for you. Mm. And so it sort of like bubbles over, you start dating this person and it doesn't add up to what it needs to be. What do you think about now? This is part of struggle love too. You with a person through infatuation and admiration. It ain't real love. Please. No real love. Like I said, and that becomes lust. So, and you found out your marriage was built on that. You done married this person.
You married her because...
Yeah. You was infatuated with his body, his muscles, and all this. And that I hear sisters say this all the time. He wasn't like that when I met him. He wasn't like that before. And then you have the older generation. You knew it. You knew it when you met him. You knew it. It was some sign there.
Because sometimes you never talk. You're knocking boots and haven't even talked.
Say it again.
You are knocking boots and you haven't even talked yet.
Don't even know
each other. Real. But because you like him, you knocked them boots real quick. There was no courting phase. There was no conversation phase.
That is so true. And look, some of them don't even text. I remember this is in my past. I had dated somebody.
That's your past.
Yeah, my past. Dr. Carson like not
I love what you just said.
But anyway. But in my past, I'm talking to this right? Texting.
Okay.
Texting. No talking on the phone.
No talking.
Texting.
And what did you do?
Whole information. Texting, getting to know. Meet up with the brother.
Oh, you met up with him?
Yeah, I met up with him. Everything. And went on a couple of days. Talk. Now, talking is in front of him, right? Never phone, no phone call, no hello, how you doing? No nothing. The whole conversation was always texting or in person, right? When I got to see him, it was a long distance relationship, right? Long distance relationship. So, things happen. I can't spill all my tea, but things happen. But what I'm saying is, you knew something was wrong with that brother then, and you kept going. If he didn't talk on the phone, you knew. But you kept it going. You just kept it going. And then it becomes a struggle of, because now you done grow some type of little, I don't even know if it's a relationship with him, a situationship. You done grow something with him to where y'all arguing like, you live this way, I live this way, and you don't spend time, but y'all don't even talk on the phone. You just talk on the phone. It's text. So it's time to let that go.
Gotta let it go. I mean, you have to let it go. I mean, especially because, a lot of times what will happen is, through my journey, that's why I tell guys from the start, don't entertain something that you're not going to entertain. Don't even engage in something that you're not going to really engage. If a woman tells me, and I get when a lot of women might get upset, like, where some guys will say, I will not date a woman with kids, or I will not date I see how some women can probably feel some type of way about that. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, you don't want to lead people on, and there's not what it's thought it would be.
So what is that, like you said, lead them on, or like with a stringing them along? I just thought that, like, he was comfortable with that. I wasn't comfortable with that.
Yeah, so you should have ended it right then and there.
That's right. And I didn't. I went on with 3 years of that crazy struggle, love, craziness, never talked on the phone, remind you again.
So you remember Major Pain?
Yeah. Major Pain, yes.
One.
Yeah.
Look at you. 2. You know what I'm talking about? That's on you, bro. But at the same time, you don't want to. It's like you entertain things that you already know is wrong.
You knew it was wrong from the beginning.
I don't entertain things at this big age. I think a lot of times what happens is with women, with me, they immediately know when they talk about that. I don't think there's no such thing as a high value. There's what high value brothers and all that type of stuff. No, stop that. You just have standards.
You have standards.
You have standards and you have non-negotiables.
You know what? I appreciate you so much, Dr. Carson, because when I first met you, you was like, what are your non-negotiables? I was like, what are you talking about? What are you about relationships? Yeah. Non-negotiables. That was the first time I heard that.
Yeah.
Things you would do, would not do. And that is so prevalent.
Get that out the way.
Explain to the audience what non-negotiables mean.
Non-negotiables are things that you're just not going to tolerate. And if you get those non-negotiables out the way, so I asked them, hey, what are your non-negotiables? And my non-negotiables in line with your non-negotiables,
that's right.
There's a good chance we're going to be a good fit. But if my non-negotiables don't align with theirs, I need to go ahead and move on.
That's right. Things you won't do.
Yeah, things you won't do.
That says a lot.
And it's okay to say that. If I say, listen, my non-negotiables are A, B, and C. Because a lot of women will say, I want to date with purpose. Stop saying that. A lot of women want to say, I want to date with the intent to get married. Stop saying that. A lot of women want to say, I want to do this. Stop saying all that. What you need to sit down and just say, you need to ask God what you need to bring in your life first. And then you continue on dating. Because if it's meant to be, it was meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Stop telling people. You're speaking on what you want.
But what does God want?
What does God want? So stop saying I'm dating with purpose. Stop saying I'm dating intent with me. No, that's what you want.
That's a new one for me.
That's what you want.
Dating with purpose.
Dating with purpose. That's what you want. But is that what God wants? And sometimes, I used to get in trouble saying, I. And a lot of times, brothers, this is something I need you guys to listen to, brothers. This is another thing that could possibly lead to struggle love. If you're in a situation where you're listening to a woman talk, and you always say, we. Hey, love, we should go ahead and do this. Or, hey, love, I thought about this might be a great opportunity that we can do. Mm-hmm. But if you listen to her talk, brother, sometimes you be so infatuated with the beauty, you're not listening to how she talk. That woman never wanted you in the first damn place. If she always keeps saying I every time she talks, brother, she telling you she never wants to be with you, brother. She just told you you are not on that level. She's not even thinking about you. So when you approach her, say, hey, listen, just say it so calmly. Hey, listen, I know that when we talk, you always say I. You never say we.
And not we.
You don't see a relationship with me?
So,
and then shut that down.
That's right. So these signs are there, audience. The signs are there is if you are paying attention to the signs.
Because what happened?
That's so
earlier,
true.
You be infatuated, huh?
You be infatuated.
And then you over there singing, it's morning. And now it's time for us to say goodbye.
A lot of people go.
Yeah. Because you already know.
Infatuation.
Though.
And you know, it's sad because people would stay with people for 2 to 3 years before they really figure out it wasn't love. It wasn't even love.
I was talking to one lady. She has four beautiful daughters grown with the same brother and never been married. And she told me, she said, I don't know what was wrong. She said, I don't know why I did that. I said, how you have 4 beautiful kids with somebody, 4 beautiful daughters with the same man? No different baby daddies, just with the same man.
That's a true story. I have family members like that.
Never been married. What are you?
What? And you stayed 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
But now you expect to find love? So you expect to find love with me because you see me?
And then, you know, you get a certain age, your body changes. You know, and you try. I'm not putting my brother out on Front Street, but he was like, yeah, sis, I'm in my 40s. I'm ready to get married now. He said, I can't, you know, be losing my hair and this and that. And I was like, you know what? The woman's going to love you for you. They're going to love you for you. But
I told you about my 600-pound life.
You gotta I told you about that. Take care of yourself. But like you said, they be with somebody 20 years in the marriage, they get out of those relationships and they ready to find their new person. But your body, you got to bring that same energy to the table as you did when you first was dating in your 20s. You know, you got to bring it. You got to fix yourself. You got to fix yourself up. Fix your teeth. Fix your hair. If you think you need to lose weight, lose weight.
Lose weight.
Now, I won't encourage you to get no BBL now. I'm just saying you can lose it without trying to get all the surgery. Yeah. But I'm just saying, you know, like Dr. Carson was saying, there's somebody for everybody.
There's somebody for everybody. And it's like on my 600-pound life, they ain't have no struggle love. But we have struggle love.
And they love them people for real.
They love. They're going to have to give anything they want. They be eating it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Take care of them people. Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, a lot of times too, you got to be careful of the Christian brothers who talk a big game. And you are in a space of vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? And I tell women that to be careful because you see a brother that you think is all holy and all this stuff, they will use that to manipulate. I said, a lot of these people, you don't know what type of demons are out there right now. And I said, a lot of times, you know, I come from a church background. Mm-hmm. I love the Lord. Yeah, I smoke, I drink. I love the Lord, though. But I tell you one thing about me, though. I know that I would take a bullet for the Lord any day of the week compared to some people who would. And they be in the church 24/7.
That's right.
That's real. There's a lot of Pharisee Christians out there who talk a big game. They don't really want to talk. They'll scroll up and down your post, but won't like. Okay?
Don't get like.
Come on now.
Hating on
you. So a lot of times you have to be careful who you're doing. I tell people all the time, there's no reason why you post your person. Why post your person? Y'all not even together.
Y'all not even together. Just for the likes.
Just for the likes. You posting your person, y'all not even together. You struggling because you want to impress your friends. Stop. One woman got mad at me. You never post me, and I'm not. And I'm not. Because my relationship is private with you.
Lord.
Sometimes you gotta protect the energy that you have.
That's right.
Sometimes you really gotta protect the energy that you have, though. So why put your energy out there? No, you want to make a public. I love this person. Stop. Nobody need to know that shit.
And then you have, people that don't want to see you together with that person. They don't like you.
Keep your energy private.
Keep it private. You dating someone.
I don't want you to know who I'm talking. When people see me, I didn't know you. You didn't know.
Now I say it all the time. You'll never see me with a picture with a brother that I'm dating on Facebook. So you will not
stop doing that. People would.
I'll take pictures with other people, but you would never see me claim somebody and say, "Oh, this is my boo," and all that stuff.
But you your energy.
It's losing your energy is challenge a little bit because it seems to me that it's attention seeking. You know what I mean? We know you in love. We know. So I mean, to stop all the adversity, all the negative energy. Keep your business private.
And women have a bad habit. Women have bad habits.
Showing it off.
Showing it off. That too. Don't ever give your number to a brother. I don't know why women do that. It's like if that brother really wants you, he's gonna ask for it. I think sometimes people get in the struggle love because they want something so bad. I went through a period where I thought, okay, man, Kirsten's about to be 16.
Oh goodness.
I'm nervous keeping her by myself. Do I want to date somebody just to have a woman around me? Some people date just to have a woman around to be a mother figure for the baby.
Yeah.
I didn't realize some things that I need to grow the hell up, think a little bit, And so I just think about, well, before I do that, let me think on some things first. Let me make sure. Women, this new age where our culture, I won't say anybody else's culture, but our culture is alive in this. Right, and women, I think a lot of women, I might get backlash from people with this. But if you understand where I'm coming from, and you get, I think a lot of women have lost their femininity.
I believe that too.
So a lot of things,
yes.
I think a lot of times, it has to pipe down the mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, that brother be a gentleman. That believe.
And it's like lost femininity with being so independent. It's like they mixing that two together. They independent, but you start this masculinity.
Right, and you not be it. So you talk to him. I need a nurturer. I don't need.
Say it again.
I need a
nurturer.
I don't need nobody. I don't need other stuff. I need a nurturer. I need somebody that's gonna love on me. I mean, I've already been in the army.
Now, you paid the bills. You did.
I already been in the army. You know what I'm saying? I've already had drill sergeant. You understand? I don't need no other drill sergeant.
You the command.
Yeah, what? I don't want to feel like I'm sleeping with hard legs.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why your spirit feeling like I'm talking to another dude?
I know.
Like, calm down. Be a little more feminine. If that gentleman don't talk to you, baby girl, you're not the one for him. It's probably God telling you, leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
And some people say, well, he never talked to me. He stopped talking to me. Okay, thank God that he stopped. Because that wasn't the right man for you. If you kept pursuing something that didn't want you, why do you keep pursuing it?
Why do you keep pursuing
if he never made the interest into you?
A lot of it because of sex. They just want the sex, but then that grows into worse problems.
Or it's not about, and you're right, it could be sex. It's they want somebody so bad.
Yeah.
This is the look that they want. But he never reached out to you, woman. So
and you just taking the abuse.
If a man loves you, he's going to be infatuated with you to a certain extent.
And he's going to do what he needs to do.
He's going to do what he needs to do. If I love a woman, when I first met mine, I don't want to talk about my past all the time. Because, people say, you still in love with her? No, I use it as examples.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to mention no names, right? But when I first met somebody, I really enjoyed this person. And the first time I met this person, I wanted to take him out to Outback.
Mm-hmm.
And that lady said, well, listen, I'm not going to be free this weekend, so I can't eat with you. I said, okay, cool. I said, well, can I eat with you next weekend? And she was like, yeah, we can eat next weekend. Mm-hmm. So at the time, I only had a gift certificate. I had a gift certificate to Outback. I only wanted to use it on her. Mm-hmm. You understand? So when she said no, I put that gift certificate in my glove compartment. Mm-hmm. And held it for the next weekend so we would go out to eat together.
Right.
And when we went to eat the Outback, she was shocked because I was surprised. So you getting a gift certificate? Take me out. Gift certificate? Yes, $200 gift certificate, but I wanted to use it with you.
With you.
You know what I'm saying?
Sweet.
Because I already knew that woman is somebody who I wanted in my life.
That's right.
Right? I knew I liked this woman when I was in college. It was pouring down rain. Mm-hmm. I had a whole nother girl in the Land Cruiser. You understand me? In Wiggins, Mississippi. I will never forget it. That boo called me up and said, I'm at Joseph Green Hall. Can you come get me? It was pouring down rain. She did not know I was in Wiggins. On my way back to Hattiesburg. You understand? But when she said, come get me, I told baby girl, I said, I got to drop you off. I told her I got to drop you off, baby girl.
You're my boo.
I'm going to get Ruth, okay? I'm going to get her. And so then I left, and when I picked her up, she had some football players where they needed to ride too, but I ain't complaining.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't complaining, but I liked her so much. I said, y'all getting the ride. Y'all come on the Land Cruiser. I knew I had a big whip, so I'm not intimidated. I'm driving a Land Cruiser too, $9,000 car at 18. We're not on the same level. You understand? So at that point, I wasn't even worried about this. So I was like, okay, cool. If a man loves you, he's going to go out his way for you. That's a woman should never be chasing.
That's right.
He just shouldn't be. If you out there chasing a man, girl, stop.
Stop.
If he really likes you, he will go out his way. Right. I like this girl so much that when I was a tennis pro, the majority of her friends I hired at the country club to work with me, so I made sure her friends were on. And when they were in college, you know, because I liked her that much.
Right.
Right? I liked her so much that when she got mad at me, I would make sure I get some big gifts, extravagant gifts to give to her, right? Mm-hmm. But I liked her that much. The problem that I had was, I tell you all the time, you know, I should have been a better leader. But if a man likes you, he will go out his way for you.
He will go out his way for.
And I keep trying to tell people, and some women, well, he ain't never. The problem is these women today. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they come off so standoffish, they might be hard to approach. Mm-hmm. For the average brother who may not have the best communication skills. I know I'm top tier. Because you see me in action. I can walk into any room. I can own it. That's why I'm a doctor. There's levels to this. You have masters and you have degrees.
So, yes,
I teach it, okay?
So you command the room.
Command the room. So some people don't have my ability. Mm-hmm. So when I walk into a room, I speak to a black woman who might be an independent black woman. Mm-hmm. I already know I have a chance to win. Because you know what? I can communicate 10 times better than any brother that's going to walk in there. And you know it's the truth. I'm going to talk to you, okay? I'm going to look you in your eye. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to say, tell me about your 5-year plan. Where do you want to go? How do you see yourself with another man that has children?
That's right.
What are the co-benefits of us to even be married?
And then you're going to know, like, the women in your league or the men in your league, you just going to know. It's like, if you're somewhere where you want to meet the guy of your dreams or you want to meet the girl of your dreams, you might don't want to be in a place that's going to handicap you. You need to be somewhere where you're going to draw that person and that person's going to draw you. And I tell women this all the time. You don't need to be somewhere where you're going to draw all of, I don't want to say thugs because people are their thugs too. You know, where you don't want to draw the attention from people that you don't want to be with, okay? Yeah, you want to be somewhere where there's some high-class people if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, because even thugs got high-class
people. Yeah, you got some high-class thugs now. Master P. Now, Master P was a thug. He started off as a thug, but look at him now, millionaire.
But thugs ain't stupid. I know some
and they're now still the best businessman now.
Businessman. And you know what?
I'm just telling you now.
Saying right now, I know a lot of thugs. I know a lot of people right now that you never seen their boobs. Because you know why? Their boobs are that intelligent. They don't want their boobs to be seen.
That's right. So that's why I'm saying, I'm not knocking if you're a thug. Lord knows I used to love me a thug, but I'm just saying. Now, if you're trying to get to the next, say you want to be with a 6-figure person or this and that, you need to be in the vicinity of these people. If you like going wine tasting, if you like going to the read books or what's the other one, the gallery, you know, the art, fine arts. Those are the places you need to be. Start vacationing, start taking trips and things with your girlfriends and just start getting out. basically. And that will help you get over your struggle of, start thinking about yourself.
Yeah, you gotta love yourself first.
Love yourself first. Start thinking about yourself and start putting yourself first. And I mean that because sometimes we let people put their weight on us. We let them put how they feel about us in our past relationship. And we can't move forward. We thinking it's us, but it's other people's opinions in our head. Get rid of those other people's opinions and move forward and start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Start stepping out on faith and do stuff.
And look, a lot of people, that's crazy to say because, I love that. You got to step on faith.
Yeah.
I just personally feel that if you are going to, take the next chapter, because we're wrapping up, I want to keep the last time it was a little long. So I asked your mom and said, hey, Mom. Hey, Mom, I want to make sure it wasn't too long for you this time, Mom. I want to make sure it's good. I know I hope you listened. I can't wait to meet you one day. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, there's a lot of times where we think that, when we take the next chapter in life and you've been divorced and you're going through that next journey and you are a divorced good man, you're a divorced beautiful woman, you need to think about things before you actually say yes. And a lot of times I get, brothers, I really do say this. If you speak very highly of yourself and tell that woman what is your non-negotiables, that woman has no choice but either hang up the phone or just move forward.
That's
and
right.
I tell you what, I had several women who I've talked to, and I tell them, well, listen, Kirsten already has a mother. They get offended or they get upset. It's okay. She wasn't meant for me.
True.
But I let her know what my standards are.
And if you have those non-negotiables in the beginning, you're not going to sit up there and date 5, 10, 15 people. 15 people. That makes me so, why are you dating all these people that you're not getting along? You're going to sit and you're going to wait. You're going to wait. Yeah, because the Bible says, wait upon the Lord and renew your strength. You're going to wait. You're not going to sit up there and keep dating, talking about, well, he ain't here or she ain't here. I done dated. Ain't nobody out there for me. Then you're giving yourself a pity party. Like Dr. Carson said, did you pray about who God wants to send in your life?
You pray about it. It's bigger than you and me.
God. And wait.
It's bigger. Sometimes, I'll tell you something. There's a lot of things I want in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have, I want to run for governor one day. You know
all
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know my endeavors. You know my pull.
Right.
It's deep.
Right.
Right.
Right, Dr. Carson.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If I know I'm going to win. I already know I'm going to win. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I have to understand that I have to bring certain types of women in the room that are going to be able to command the room while I'm not even in
That's
there.
right.
So I look for a certain type of particular person that can handle business. I need to be able to know if Josh was this good at public speaking. I don't need you to punk out on me when I need you to public speak. Maybe I'm running late. Can you handle this meeting for me? Boom, you in there.
You're going to be around like-minded individuals. If you have that woman with you, your team, your crew, like-minded.
It's like when you look at Pastor Jamal.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I was got quiet all of a sudden. I'm sorry.
Go
I interrupted
ahead.
anything.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You talking about Pastor Jamal Bryant?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to drop too many names. That's why I just say.
Pastor Jamal.
Pastor Jamal. The audience is pretty smart.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when you look at, when you think of certain type of things, right? I mean, like, look at this. He has 3 beautiful daughters.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I think he has 3 beautiful daughters, doesn't he? I don't know. I find that. But I think he has some daughters and shit like that. I think he has some daughters, right? And then at that point right there, he has the woman that he had the daughters with.
Uh-huh.
From my understanding, he's getting remarried.
Right.
To somebody in the church.
Uh-huh.
That's a pastor.
Right.
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 Ain't that some shit? I'm sorry, but ain't that it is though, ain't it?
I think they've been knowing each other
for a long time.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I just congratulate you. Because you ought to be an expert in giving advice now in a relationship. You ought to be an expert. You know what I'm saying?
He ought to be an expert?
He ought to, because,
How you feel about that? How you feel about that?
Well, me being in the gospel.
I mean, how do you feel? You're a pastor.
Yeah,
this might be a great topic next time. Okay. Pastors who are divorced, but in the pulpit.
Okay.
That might be a great topic. I don't believe it. If you're divorced, I don't believe you should be in the pulpit.
Oh, Lord.
But if that's just my...
Lord, look, it won't be hardly a second because a lot of them...
A lot of divorce, I think. They won't be a preacher, though.
Because you know why? A lot of their husbands did things, and so you have a lot of women that are divorced, that are pastors, you see. And then, in the other hand, you got women that have done things, and, the husbands left. So, it's just a lot. So, yeah. But the Bible even say, you know, when they said Jesus, what should we do? You know, if our wife cheated or committed adultery or this one did that, he said, because of your hard-heartedness, write them a letter of divorcement, you know, because of your hard-heartedness not wanting to forgive. We should forgive 70 times, 70 times, 70 times, you know. We're supposed to always be forgiven, but in most relationships, we don't want to forgive. We don't want to move on. We hold on to the past, and that's what corrupts the church when you're in leadership. So it's a lot. It's a lot of painful things, and we do need to talk about that on one subject.
Yeah, we good to talk about it.
It's a lot.
I want to get your points. Like, you know, I was in
yeah.
That's something we can talk about next topic.
That is because it's hurting. It's a hurting subject because, like we were saying, that pastor, you know, it's a lot of hurt that goes in because we know a lot of things go on in the church.
A lot worse.
A lot of children been touched in the basement. You know, even in Catholicism, a lot of the young boys was molested by the priest. So it's a lot of things and a lot of pain.
But we'll keep on talking.
But anyway, awesome shows.
I really appreciate it.
He's gonna try to get serious on me at the end.
Yeah, I got thrown in there.
He got real deep.
Yeah, but you know, I do want to say, you know, I'm honored to always participate with you. It's always a pleasure.
I love being real with you.
It's actually very candid. It's good conversation. It's healthy. It's topics that just, you know, makes people think. You know, and it's a privilege to be with another doctor.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, just sit there talking to African American doctors, right? I mean, actually out here talking about like life skills of reality.
And that's good. I love it because we have a different set of skills.
Yeah.
A different skill set. And I tell people that they look at me like, what do you mean? What do you got that I don't got? We have a different skill set.
Yeah.
Not just because of the degree, but how we were raised.
How you come from the church? Come from the church. I come from the church.
That's right. You have a different skill, and you respect people, and you have integrity, and you have honesty.
Yeah, you gotta be honest with yourself.
You gotta be honest with yourself, and you're transparent at all times.
Yeah, you gotta be real. I have preachers ask me, "You smoke?" Yeah, I say I smoke.
You said it.
Do you? You probably need to.
Oh my goodness.
You probably need to. Well, your members be working you.
Oh.
But who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I? You know?
No, that's not Carson.
Who am I? Because God puts us out here for a reason.
See, that's a whole different subject. Now, that's a different subject.
But you know what? We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Carson.
I'm Dr. Stallworth.
Welcome to another
podcast of the Lavish Show. See y'all next week.
Yeah, see y'all. God bless.